Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, so busy travel day across the country. Good news here in Utah, still looking fairly clear here this evening.
Things are changing for tomorrow, though, right, Alana?
Yes, we've had a really nice week. Geo covering the national scene, but here in the Beehive State, changes brewing. A Thanksgiving storm going to impact us. For all of us who are staying in the state or traveling around the state, we've got changes. Great video coming out of Solitude, folks enjoying the mountain. They're going to have fresh snow to enjoy as we get through the holiday and heading into the weekend. Cold temperatures on the way as well. We were mild today, sitting at 49. That's above average just by a degree. We saw 40s along the Wasatch Front, 40s and 50s in eastern Utah, and upper 50s in St. George. As we take a look now at the satellite radar, we've seen that increasing cloud cover. This is the first indicator that the Thanksgiving storm's on the way. These clouds giving you the heads up, an appetizer to the Thanksgiving storm, if you will. We are going to see that cloud cover throughout the overnight. It sticks around, and temperatures will be in the 30s when we close out ABC4 News at 10. For the overnight along the Wasatch Front, low to mid 30s, will bottom out close to the freezing point. Some areas will stay above it. Enjoy it while you can. Big changes for Thanksgiving and following. Cloudy conditions expected. Here's what's on the table. Mother Nature serving up a little bit of everything. Would you like a side of rain and snow with your cloud cover? Well, we're definitely going to see that, as well as cold temperatures for dessert. 40s and 50s in southern Utah. A pleasant holiday in Washington County with 30s and 40s along the Wasatch Front. But you notice that wet weather for southern Idaho, northern Utah, the Wasatch Front, and eastern Utah. And that wet weather is prompting some alerts. As we take a look at the latest winter weather advisory going into effect at 2 p.m. This is for the Wasatch Mountains as well as the Uintas, the Wasatch Plateau, and the Wasatch Back. These are areas that will see accumulating snow and tricky wintry travel is on the way. So if you have to travel through these areas for your Thanksgiving, just know by the afternoon, this storm's going to be ripping and roaring. Now, it's not the largest storm we've ever seen, but it does bring wet weather potential to our valley floors as well. Our forewarned futurecast brings that wet weather in. It's going to start as rain with our milder temperatures, but then as we go through the evening, by the 10 p.m. to midnight window, we will likely see that switch over to snow. Snow accumulation possible for the valley floor. Taking a look at 9 p.m., you're going to notice that we've got snow peppered in there and heavier rain, as well as those easterly winds. The path of this low and its counterclockwise flow keeps things active through the overnight, Thanksgiving into Black Friday. We also see a lot of that moisture targeted on the eastern side of the state. We typically see the heaviest precipitation 50 to 150 miles north of the low, which means we're going to see a soggy Thanksgiving. Watch as it exits the state and we get that wraparound moisture into Saturday morning, not totally clearing until Saturday afternoon. So unsettled for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. You heard me mention those easterly winds. They really start to pick up by Thanksgiving evening for those areas prone to enhanced canyon winds. That's Cache Valley as well as along the Wasatch Front. Ooh, they start to go after it. So overnight into the early morning hours, downslope winds, places like Park Lane and Farmington, Weber Canyon, over towards Bountiful. You will hear the gusts. It will be very, very windy. We will see the winds eventually subsiding, but because of that counterclockwise rotation, we keep the wind potential. High wind watch has been issued for Cache Valley and all the areas I just mentioned Thursday evening, so Thanksgiving evening into Black Friday morning. Don't put out the trash can. It's a holiday. They're not going to pick up anyway, but you don't want it to blow around. Snow potential takes over. Look at the mountains, as well as the Uintas, the Wasatch, all the way down to south central Utah. Here's a look at the numbers. Quick foot up there in the high country for the Cottonwoods, 4 to 10 for the northern mountains. We see those numbers stagger as you get a little further south. This is a storm system that's going to favor the top 2/3 of Utah. Park City and our mountain valleys underneath that winter weather advisory, 3 to 8 for PC. Be careful on the Wasatch Back. Rain will turn to snow with bench and valley potential, most likely for the overnight because we'll have our coldest air there. Travel impacts for your Friday, that includes Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, and Colorado. So Friday's not the day to travel. Forewarning you, you're going to want to wait till Saturday. Drier conditions are coming. 40s for our Thanksgiving highs, 50s in Moab, 58 in St. George. Speaking of Washington County, isolated shower potential. Temperatures ease and cool off, getting to 50 degrees. Some of the coldest air of the season on the way. Are you ready for a couple days in the 30s? Because that's what Turkey Day's storm delivers. We see those cooler daytime highs all the way through Monday. Thanksgiving weekend is going to be a bundle up kind of weekend, and the Thanksgiving storm, I tell you what, I'm gobbling it up.
Ooh.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all night.